In this video, I'll share a simple truth that will make you free of overthinking once and for all. To begin with, I'll read a paragraph from The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. First, I'll read and then explain, and you'll see what it actually means and how this understanding can make you truly free. So, here it goes. Just because you can solve a crossword puzzle or build an atom bomb doesn't mean that you use your mind. Just as dogs love to chew bones, the mind loves to get its teeth into problems. That's why it does crossword puzzles and builds atom bombs. You don't have interest in either. Let me ask you this. Can you be free of your mind whenever you want to? Have you found the off button? You mean stop thinking altogether? No, I can't, except maybe for a moment or two. Then the mind is using you. You are unconsciously identified with it. So you don't even know that you are its slave. It's almost as if you were possessed without knowing it, and you take the possessing entity to be yourself. The beginning of freedom is the realization that you are not the possessing entity, the thinker. Knowing this enables you to observe the entity. So see that your thoughts are compulsive. Ask yourself, can you turn them off with your own will? Can you make them stop with your own will? Obviously, hardly anyone can. See this for yourself. But understanding certain ideas and knowledge help you transcend the mind, transcend the compulsive thinking that goes on and on within you. So, how do you understand the mind? Some may have an idea that you need to eliminate the thoughts. But how? How do you eliminate the thought? You say you will not think, but you see that's again another thought. You will not think is another thought. I will not think is another thought. You have already started to think. So you cannot think about eliminating the thoughts. Do you see? So what's the real solution? Only by understanding time you can understand your mind, because that's what human mind can easily grasp. Now understand how time works. Because mind and time are inseparable, they work together. They go hand in hand. So conventionally, time is divided in three parts: past, present, and future. We all know that. Now, if you remove the past from your experience, nothing stays the same. You would have lost everything: your identity, your ideas of who you are, and everything else with that. The life that you call yours. Everything will be gone. But you don't have to remove past completely from your mind. Just focus on removing that which is compulsive in you, which I call the compulsive past. So see if your thoughts, which is the past, are any thoughts useful to you right now or life in general. So there are two kinds of past or thoughts. One is that which helps you in your day-to-day work, and the other is that which is unnecessary and create unnecessary worry or suffering within you. So making a clear distinction between these two thoughts or kind of thoughts is crucial here. All your unnecessary thoughts create suffering, but then there are those thoughts that make you work and help you in your daily activities. Those are helpful and needed as well. So, when you relax and watch your thoughts and ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? You will see a thought, catch that thought, and ask yourself, is this thought really helping me now? Is this a past thought that is compulsive, or is it helpful to me right now? So, the idea is to be rooted in the present moment, in the now, being completely in the present, and being very alert of your thoughts. Only by being present you can actually practice this. So you would see that if this thought is compulsive or helpful. If it is compulsive, be aware of it. Don't react to it, just let it be. Simply let it be and watch what happens. Don't engage or respond to it in any way. Give it the space it needs. It only needs the space of your awareness, your attention. If you give it ample space, it will dissolve. And if it is a helpful thought that occurs in you, then you can act on it. Maybe you can write it somewhere, because through writing you can schedule it or work on it. Now you understand that only the compulsive past is a problem. Not everything that you think is a problem. You have to see this clearly. Not everything that you think is a problem. Only compulsive thinking is a problem. All you need is awareness of thoughts. And what is awareness? In simple words, it's watchfulness. When you watch your thoughts, you slowly become aware. So, all you need is to see and check if a thought which is essentially past helpful to you right now or not. Now, to elaborate, on the screen you will see example of compulsive thoughts. How do compulsive thoughts look like? Guilt, regret, resentment, grievances, sadness, bitterness. All forms of non forgiveness are caused by too much past and not enough presence. Anxiety, stress, worry, all forms of fear are caused by too much future and not enough presence. This is the definition offered by Eckhart Tolle in the book Power of Now for explaining how time works and how mind works. For example, if I say I am upset because things are not happening the way I think it should happen, this is a form of expectation that arises because I am comparing my present situation to a past situation or an ideal situation. Now, improving situations are good and healthy. This you should keep in mind. But overthinking or worrying about situations are not. So, you need to see, are you bringing the past to the present too much, where it's unnecessary, where the thoughts are becoming compulsive? The compulsive thoughts are always unnecessary. You can avoid it at all costs because it's matter of your well-being and health. So discern and discriminate when the past need to be brought in the now and when to let go. And when you should let the past be the past, meaning you can actually let the bygones be bygones. So when you learn from the past, that's good. But when it's repetition in your mind, when it's compulsively happening in your mind, that's when it becomes a burden. That's when it becomes a problem. So only when you discriminate and discern this way, that's true wisdom, because you know the nuances now. You are aware of them. So as and when you see your whole identity is being borrowed from the past, that's when you don't compulsively cling to the past, meaning it becomes a choice to believe it or not. And that's when you're not in autopilot mode, because it becomes a choice whether to believe your past ideas, and now everything becomes a choice because the burden of past is not compulsive anymore. Now, to sum up, these two Eckhart Tolle quotes will suffice and will help you a lot if you keep them in mind. The first quote is, die to the past every moment. You don't need it. Only refer to it when it's absolutely relevant to the present. Meaning you are discerning that is it helpful to you right now for the present situation that you are in, or you are unnecessarily thinking about it. And the second and the final quote is, the cessation of compulsive and involuntary thinking could be described as the essence of spiritual awakening. So, only when this compulsive thinking, the past in you, is not unconscious, involuntary, or compulsive anymore, that's when you are spiritually awakened, because you will see that all your problems are in the mind, in the form of the past and in the form of memory or thoughts. So this is how you transcend overthinking and the mind, the part of mind that is not really necessary for happiness and well-being. Thank you.